Welcome to the Soul Source podcast, where you can expect conversations about the Akashic records and how to rewrite your limiting beliefs so you can finally be free and prosperous. Discover your energy bodies as the communication system between your human, your higher self, and the field. This is otherworldly energetics made practical to shift your reality. Your divine inheritance of having your earthly needs met and receiving all of your heart's desires starts now. Lack of capacity, as most people would have you believe, is not actually a workload problem, and it's not a lack of rest either. It's really a survival loop. It's a pattern that your body has learned. And the kicker with this particular pattern is that it makes service-based women really successful. Most of us have built our entire success on this particular loop. And it makes you incredible at your work. It makes you really exceptional at your work. You are generally the one that goes the extra mile, who holds incredible space for people, who can anticipate people's needs ahead of time. Oh my God, it's like you're in my head. This is amazing. These are the women that are hearing, wow, you're magical, and I've never had this level of care before, and I've never had this attention to detail before. You're so helpful. So externally, things look really successful. All the success markers are there. But internally, there is too much on your plate. You absolutely love your work, but you wish that it didn't take so much time and energy from you. These are the women that are generally, eating convenience food and cooking something quick because they don't have time and energy by the end of the day. They're the ones that are constantly thinking about work and clients, and then maybe even having to take social media breaks sometimes just to get away and feel like themselves again. So this is a body that believes if you don't go the extra mile, if you don't go out of your way to help somebody, if you aren't the one who is supporting everybody, then your sense of self is under threat. This is a body that blurs the lines between what is self and not self. It's a body that actually doesn't know what is yours to do and what isn't. This is a body that just believes it's all yours to do. So it's not that you are too soft or too sensitive or too weak or too caring. Underneath all of this is a body that's asking, if I don't do this, if I don't support in this way, if I don't help in this way, if I don't offer in this way, if I don't volunteer in this way, if I don't go the extra mile, who am I? That's the question that's running underneath all of this. So if this loop were to keep looping, you would keep overgiving. You would get to a place where you were overwhelmed, burned out, completely resent the whole thing, want to chuck it all in the bin and run away. You would go on holiday, you'd have some kind of decompression routine, and then you'd come back and the cycle would start all over again. So this is how you end up circling the same clients, the same income, the same sessions, without being able to break out of that and expand into the next level. Capacity is really about how much sensation your body can feel before it says, no, this is too much, and it shuts down. So if this keeps looping, you don't get to be rich in time and energy because every single minute of every single day is full. It's all accounted for already. There is no white space. There is no downtime. There is no time for you to take care of yourself, to do nothing if you want to. And you don't get to be rich in magic because you just don't have the space. Your intuition, your clear abilities, your downloads, those intuitive hits, the innovation, it is all there waiting for you. It's already online. It's already there. It's already waiting. But you are not in a state to receive it because you don't have the space. You don't have the capacity to be able to download that information that's already there. And then you don't get to be rich in money because your body has already shut down saying, this is too much. And it doesn't care whether that is sensation, whether it's truth, whether it's pleasure, whether it's clients, whether it's money, whether it's eyeballs on you, whether it's gifts, whether it's compliments. It doesn't matter. It's already decided, this is too much. I'm out of here. And you don't get to be rich in fulfillment because you can't have the impact of your divine purpose, whether that's to help one person or 1 million people. You don't get to fulfill your divine purpose because you don't have the time and energy. And until you create the capacity for more, there's no space for any of this to land. So you realize that you're in some kind of loop and something has to change. So you try getting more staff, getting more organized, trying to be more disciplined, scheduling more holidays, automating as much as you can, simplifying where you can. But more discipline and more automation and more simplification on top of this level of self-abandonment just creates a more efficient kind of burnout. But collapse the loop entirely, and you don't just stop feeling overwhelmed and you don't stop, feeling burned out. You are able to expand your capacity for what your body is available for. You expand your capacity for what your body is able to accept. What you want it to be able to accept is more life force energy in whatever form that takes. It could take the form of more visibility, more eyeballs on you, more clients, more money, more support, more love, more attention. And your body will be able to hold all of that without losing yourself. So this is also why just toughen up and just set better boundaries doesn't work. Because you're trying to override a primal survival response. But what actually rewrites this is catching the micro moments in your daily life. The moment you're about to volunteer more value than they even asked for. You are about to let yourself run over time when you promised yourself you wouldn't. You're about to answer that question when you know their time is up and you are under a little bit more pressure today. You've got things that are on your own schedule. Those are the moments. Those are thresholds. Every single one of those. And you are getting multiple opportunities every single day. Every single one of those is an opportunity to either reinforce the old loop or rewrite it. This isn't about forcing yourself to be inflexible, to be black and white. When this happens, then I do that, making fixed, rigid rules. This is about noticing those moments and staying in the moment. I see what's happening here. So I'm not going to default to what I would usually do. I'm just going to stay here and see what happens. You let that discomfort move through and you choose yourself over and over again. That's how you build capacity. And when you rewrite this loop, you just won't overthink boundaries anymore. They will just become a natural extension of who you are. And you will remember who you are without all of the conditioning and the modeling and the limiting beliefs that you've been carrying this entire time. And when you lock into that sense of self, and when you stabilize that frequency in your body, that's your sovereignty. That is you meeting your divinity. That is you meeting yourself as source. That is you remembering your origin. And when you serve from that place, capacity is no longer an issue. You set the standards. You set the terms of engagement. And you become a signal so strong that the field starts to bend to you. That's what draws in your soul level clients and the next level of money that you're calling in. That's how it all becomes more effortless. So instead of you chasing and fighting and, every opportunity, every win, every penny, it feels like you're forcing it. Instead, it all starts to bend to you because you remembered yourself as source, you became sovereign, and you started serving from that place. It's a completely different frequency. And from there, you can start to expand your capacity to hold more and more and more without losing yourself and without feeling like that is taking more of your time and your energy, putting more on your plate, overwhelming you. So as always, I look forward to connecting with you on the next podcast. If this episode spoke to you, please follow, review, and share until every man, woman, and child remembers their own sovereign divinity. I'm rooting for you. We rise together.